Hey, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Monty and the Pharaoh. What's going on, guys? I've got to my right, to my right, I've got both the hosts of the Monty and the Pharaoh show. First up, I've got Mike O'Monty. What's going on, Mike?
What's up, baby? How are you? How those arms looking in this camera there? Is that all right? Doing good, man. Trying to stay awake. This old man isn't used to being up this late, so yeah, trying to hang in there.
Showing off his guns. And underneath him, another man who doesn't need any introduction. This is Jimmy Pharaoh. What's up, Jimmy?
What's up? Underneath him, I feel like this is the Brady Bunch. Should I look up at Mike?
There's a story.
Here's the story of a fucked up family. There we go. Very good. Very good. What's happening, fellas? What's happening? I've been drinking all day. I'm completely exhausted like the rest of you. But hey, the red light went on. Here we go.
All right. And another man also struggling to stay awake like all of us. It's the player, Betty Scala. Betty, you got any pros for us tonight?
No, I'm like Joe Namath on the sideline with Susie Colbert. I'm struggling.
Oh, let me help you out, Benny. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm really tired, and so are you.
So are you? Yeah.
How was that?
There you go.
Yeah. I'm getting a call from Lanny Poffo. What was that?
Okay. Hey, but let's give it some credit where it's due. It did get off a lot earlier than we thought. We didn't think we were going to be doing this for another hour. So
right. What do you got for us, Bruce? Well, Stand a bus.
Listen, they had the Andre the Giant Battle Royal last night, and then tonight we started off WrestleMania with a big bang with Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley. Those entrances were amazing. Rhea is so over. What do you guys think of that, Mike? What do you have to say about that spectacle there?
I want to say this. Rhea at the Hall of Fame. My God, is she gorgeous, man. Holy, that's all I could think about. That entrance today, woof, that was hot. And I got to tell you, man, I had thought this was going to be the match of the night, and it started off slow, but Becky can hang in there, man. Becky can hang in there. I really did enjoy that match, and Rhea's a star, man. Rhea is a shining star.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, hey, Betty, what's Bree have to say on that?
She said that it started out a little rough. You know what I mean? But it was.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
A dog fight.
Yeah. I mean, what an entrance! Holy crap! I mean, Rhea is like off the charts, mega star. But and the match to me, it started off kind of slow. But it got better and better as it went along. I really enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Hey, Jimmy, what do you
real quick, Richard Spence is out there said he thought the crowd was a little dead.
I agree.
Did you guys get that feeling?
In general, I felt even towards the end of the night, I felt the crowd was definitely missing something. I agree with that. The crowd wasn't as hot as they could be. So that's a good point.
Well, it's 38 degrees, Jimmy. It was like 30 degrees out there. Sooner or later, I think they'd run out of gas, right?
You're from Philadelphia, but then again, I don't know how many people came in from out of town, so maybe a lot of people were like, wow, it's cold here. So it's possible.
It's cold. Yeah.
What do I think about the match? Well, Mike knows this, and I might as well, announce it. It was Karen McDaniel's birthday today, so we were out drinking all day. It's about the match is going on, and I'm trying to see what's happening because, hey, we got an after show and we went to a Japanese steakhouse and this guy's flipping knives in front of me. It was really hard for me to pay attention. I was like, wait a minute, I can't concentrate on anything. You know what? But at the end of by the way, they shot sake at me. I'm like, what was that? Mike, you know about sake? That stuff's pretty good, man.
Absolutely, dude. I love sake, man. Sake is really good.
Sake rules.
Warm sake, right? You squirt it in your mouth.
But happy birthday to my lovely Karen McDaniel, and the right person won. Bottom line, the right person won.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy with the decision on that one. We'll get to later on where I'm not so happy at some point, but go ahead.
Well, one of the things I actually liked about the match was they sold the injuries as they went along and built them along, which you don't see that much in any matches anymore. So kudos to them. Mm-hmm. A good match. Again, started off slow, but right person won, and overall, I think it was a great way to start off WrestleMania. So,
I would say too. I think, and this may be a strange comment, but Becky Lynch does not get enough credit for being a really good wrestler. I mean, her size compared to Rhea, it's like there's no way they should even be in a ring together. And Becky played really big tonight, and her move set was like a smaller person trying to take down a monster. Becky, you know what? I just never gave Becky Lynch that kind of credit. She was fantastic tonight.
Well, Mike, I agree with you as far as Becky not getting enough credit, but here's the real truth to the matter. Ronda Rousey, who I love taking shots at lately, so I'll take another one, ran around with her leather jacket and her alleged Roddy Piper, this, that, the other thing. It's Becky Lynch who's smaller and plays big, just like Roddy, in a lot of ways, for what she does. So there you have it right there. I knew this was going to be a great match, putting those two in the ring together. And I believe what I said previously. If this was a real fight, Becky's tough, man. And I'm sure you found some respect for her, too, on that level. Becky is tough. So I believe that she could pretty much fight with anybody, man. She is the man for a woman. Oh, I said
a couple of great spots, too. That arm drag off the top rope was really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
At any point, did you guys think that Becky...
A good way to open the card, too.
Oh, yeah.
Who said it the other night? If you can't be in the main event, you want to be in the first match. Somebody said that. It was pretty wise. So I go with that.
Absolutely.
Well,
absolutely. Nice
they're pretty smart nowadays. Back in the day when we used to watch the opening match used to always be really slow, but they've got it down now where they start that hot opening match to get the crowd going. You know what I mean?
The crowd warmed up.
At any point,
absolutely.
Did you guys think
next we had that 6-pack ladder match and
gonna win?
I gotta say,
did you think there was going to be some kind of thing where Becky wins?
There was a couple of spots where I thought she had a chance. Yeah, I did.
I held fast to that. Rhea needs to win. So basically, I was just stuck on nope. I was in nope mode.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, I have to agree. I didn't think. I knew there was no way they were going to let Rhea out of there without that title.
Right person won.
Yeah, agree.
All right. Well, listen, we're having a little bit of a buffering issue.
What do you got next, Bruce?
Where it's at here. I'm getting a good connection, but it seems like I'm having Mike. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of buffering issue with you, Mike. But next up, we had that 6-pack ladder match, and I have to say, I wasn't expecting much out of this, and because of that, it was actually, I think, better than I expected. My favorite spot was when RJ Truth went out and was waiting for the hot tag and tagged in. That was absolutely hilarious. But what did you guys think? Benny, what did you think of that match?
It was the usual, car wreck with 12 guys in the ring. I mean, you got 3 or 4 guys, in action, and you have 8 in, semi-comas outside the ring, for minutes at a time, which is very not believable. But, I mean, there was a couple of really good spots. I think we lost somebody here. Couple of really good spots, especially with, the catch guys, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne through, what's his name? Grayson Waller off out of the ring onto a ladder. That was a nice spot. Couple of good spots. Actually, a lot of good spots.
Nice spot. Yep.
It seemed a bit dangerous.
Yep. I was thinking, before the match, here I am thinking about advancement of each team. I'm breaking it down like a scientific mark, and should have realized that they're going to give the belts, one of them, to the Awesome Truth. That's very WWE to do, isn't it? I mean, it really is.
You mean what, to break them up, or?
To me, it seemed a bit dangerous. It was a little bit.
We're a little choppy there. All right, I think everybody's back there. So, Mike, what did you think? What did you think of that?
And he's gone.
I thought their matches was a bit dangerous. I thought some of those moves were really a little bit scary. But I mean, again, I think at the point we were pretty much well aware that who won those belts were going to win it. I mean, I wasn't surprised there at all. But it was better than I thought it was going to be. Let me put it that way.
Absolutely, absolutely. So next we had that the Mysterio Escobar Mysterio Andrade match, and I gotta say that was, again, it was an okay match. Not gonna say it was any great highlights or anything like that. It served its purpose. It was but it probably was one of the times to take a bathroom break. What did you guys think? Hey Jimmy, why don't you take this one?
Well, I mean, first of all, I thought that Dragon Lee was supposed to be involved. Could you guys understand what happened? What happened with Dragon Lee? Because I've been kind of preoccupied here. What was Andrade? Was
Friday night. Friday night he got attacked. He got attacked Friday night.
Okay, because I didn't even realize it. Like I said, it's birthday weekend around here. We got priorities, What? Wrestling comes first. Yeah, okay. Next thing you know, I'm living in a, trash bag out on the road. I don't think so. But, I mean, if I had known that Andrade was going to be part of it, I probably would have realized now Dominic doesn't stand a chance. So, look, it served its purpose. It did what it did. I don't care either way, quite honestly. That's how I looked at that match.
Benny, what do you have to add on that?
This was the first one that I picked incorrectly. I had the heels winning and I figured they were going to get an assist from Carlito. I thought Carlito was going to turn. Strangely, there were no shenanigans like that in this match. And Andrade, I do have a note. Andrade is awesome. He's very smooth. I like him. I do think he's going to turn very quickly, though.
Wait a minute, Benny. You picked those two tag teams win those belts. Those were your two picks of the night.
I picked, On one, I picked Awesome Truth and A-Town Down Under. Yep, I got that one. Nailed it.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think, Jimmy, we picked A-Town Down Under, but we thought DIY was going to win, right?
Yeah, I felt DIY was going to win. I guess, like I said, that's a very WWE entertainment decision. I should have realized it, but again, we're guessing stuff. I mean, Benny, did you get like Applebee coupons for that guess? I'm just curious. But
Panera Bread. I like Panera Bread.
We're guessing scripted stuff. I mean, here's the reality. Folks that are tuning into this show tonight are going to get real reactions from real people, and it is what it is. But out there right now, there's somebody going, "Oh, I got that right, and I'm so smart and stuff." I'm starting to feel sick. Maybe I should have another beer. But I mean,
Big Tuna says, "Imagine paying for tickets for a C+ show." I thought it was better than a C+.
Yeah, let's wait for the grade. But I'm already understanding that vibe, though. I'll go with the vibe. Yeah. But let's finish the card first. Again, last time though, this was an entertainment decision. R-Truth is proving he's defying logic when you really think about it. He's so damn entertaining. Look, it's really not the Miz that made them make this decision to put the belts on them. Let's be honest. It's R-Truth and his hard work. He's getting some buffer on that shine there, and he deserves it. So I guess I'm happy with the other.
We should have been smarter because Finn Balor's taking a break, and everybody knew he was taking a break. So I should have realized that they were going to. Hey, by the way, I got to ask you guys, during that match when Damian Priest was going up on the ladder, the referee kept screaming his name and trying to grab his leg.
Yeah,
what was that about?
Well, I think it was because the ladder was compromised. Did you notice they switched it out right after that? Because on the other side, it was. So I think that's what it was about.
Good catch, Bruce. I didn't know.
Yeah, they did get rid of one of the ladders. It looked like it was.
And what's the deal? They said R-Truth last year almost lost his leg. Did anyone know anything about that?
No.
Yeah, they didn't go any further on it.
He probably thought it was his arm, though.
So nice. Hey guys, well, next up we have honestly what I thought was my favorite match of the night, which was the Uso brothers. I think those guys did a great job. What do you guys think? I thought it was a pretty solid match. Well, so Mike, why don't you take this one? Or hey, take this one.
There you go.
Actually, it was okay. I thought it was way too many super kicks, though. It was very one-dimensional. I would have liked to see him do a little bit more. I mean, it wasn't a bad match by any means, but I just, it was super kick fest.
What match are we talking about?
The
The brothers. The brothers. Oh. I'm glad I didn't overthink this. The right brother won. I mean, Jimmy wins. Where does this leave Jay? Is he?
Well, is he back?
He's back.
Is he frozen? I'll take it from him since he's frozen. I thought this was probably the most underwhelming match of the night. Really didn't keep my attention one iota. I thought they wrestled well, but I just did not pique my interest at all. I mean, I don't know. It just was in there. I just felt it was like, let's throw the brothers against each other. It was a good match, but I wasn't interested at all.
Yeah.
No ending, no swerve, nothing final there. It was just like eh.
What's interesting is Jay right now currently is actually historically defying the odds with his popularity as to what happens when you have a tag team broken apart. Like, could you imagine if Axe and Smash had been, pushed as individuals, if they feuded and stuff like that? I don't think that anybody would be able to get this is demolition out of their head, Tonight, Jay's been able to defy it as an individual, but once you had the two Usos in the ring together again, to me, it's that they're a tag team. This is the Usos. Why should I get that crazy about this? It's not like Owen and Brett. Owen and Brett were individuals. Yes, they were brothers, but they were individuals. This match would have been better served if Jimmy had somehow, before this whole build-up, been allowed to be an individual.
Okay? Well, again, I think we're forgetting that Jimmy is the better wrestler, though, Jimmy. He's better than Jay. He's much better than Jay.
I totally agree. I like Jimmy more than Jay, but Jimmy's not the one who gets the push. He's always lumped in either a faction, for the most part, or historically he's been with his brother. That's why it was, for me, hard to emotionally get involved in this,
I think you and I had that discussion because I thought at some point Jay was gonna turn on Cody, and you brought up the point he's just way too popular. They can't make that move. Right. Like that might have been the plan, but you're right. Against the odds, he became that crowd. That is a crazy scene when he, with everybody. That in itself is amazing. You know what I mean? That whole setup is amazing. Right. So, yeah, I agree with you. He's much more over than Jimmy. But unfortunately, to me, Jimmy is the much better wrestler.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. But who's the one who can't behave behind? Who's the one who can't behave behind the scenes? Usually it's Jimmy. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
They've been good for a while, though.
Problems.
So, Benny, where are you on this card as far as your predictions? Are you almost everything right except for one?
I'm 3-1. Yeah.
All right, not bad.
You got the Escobar and Dominic match wrong.
Well, next up we have that 6-woman tag team match. The Kabuki Warriors and Dakota Kai versus Jade, Bianca, and Naomi. And I don't think there was any big surprises there. Overall, I wasn't very excited for the match. I think it seemed a little bit too rehearsed in spots, and then other spots just seemed to not go well. So what did you guys think? Jimmy, what do you got on that?
Well, I mean, where does this
Jimmy's not with us,
control? Buddy. Where does this leave damage control?
It leaves goods.
It leaves them nowhere.
What do you mean damaged goods?
Yeah. So basically this was, the spotlight for Jade Cargill. I should have realized that, but I'm always thinking about long term. And I'm like, well, I guess then you can't really. I'm never going to take
Benny frozen too, Bruce?
From this point forward. I'm never gonna take Damage Control seriously from this point forward. I can't. So congratulations, you got Cargill over. Build up her eventual feud with Bianca, and off we go. But Damage Control, like you said, Benny, damaged goods. That's all.
Yeah. So Benny, you have anything further on that?
Yeah, I mean, like Jimmy said, this was to showcase Jade Cargill, and it accomplished that, no problem. But yeah, what do you do with Damage Control? You have no mouthpiece. I don't think Dakota Kai could carry it, and Bayley did a great job, but she's out of the picture now. Do you break up the faction?
Yeah, so
I think you're gonna have to, because the bottom line.
I think Dakota Kai is doing a solid job running that faction. It's not bad. And I think the three, look, there's going to be a problem between Jade and Bianca. What's coming, man, and Naomi. There's going to be a problem with Bayley too. So this is going to be a good script. I really did enjoy that match. I thought it was really good.
So I have to say, when you saw Jade Cargill in AEW, she was a larger than life character. Bianca Belair and her are pretty much the same size. It's really surprising. They're both. Could you mention those two as a tag team?
Well, they're going to be against each other.
Yeah, eventually.
They might be a tag team, and then Jade's going to probably turn on Bianca.
Well, I think the script's going to go Bayley's going to win the title, right? And they're really doing a good job with this. Bianca's not going to give up. She hates Bayley for what Bayley did to her. So there's going to be this total problem between everyone. But I got to tell you, they're one good-looking team, boy. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. Jade is the future, though. Jade is definitely the future.
So, hey, Mike, you got anything going on in the chat over there?
Yeah, everybody's rapping. They're all rapping right now. Again, I don't know the overall feeling for the card. It seems like everybody seems. RJ Hudson says, "I guess Dakota will do fine as the leader. Maybe add a new member." I don't think anybody's dissatisfied with the card. But I want to hear what you guys have to say.
So, all right. Well, listen. So next we had that Gunther and Sami Zayn match, and I wouldn't have predicted that Sami was going over in that, and honestly, I don't think he should have. Not going to take anything away from the match. It was a good match, but I think the wrong person won. What do you think there, Mike? Nope.
I was in shock. I was just in shock. I couldn't believe they pulled the trigger on this. And all I could think about was Jimmy screaming from Florida, like, "What are they doing?" You know what?
Yep.
Listen, I think they owe Sami this, right? To me, he had one of the best WrestleMania matches a couple of years ago with the, with the whole mousetrap and all that stuff. And last year he did a good job. But boy, what a way to end Gunther's Intercontinental title run. I don't know. I want to hear whatever you guys have to say.
So, hey, Jimmy, what do you have to say? Come on, let's hear it.
I'm angry as fuck. I absolutely hate it. You want to give something to Sami? Give him the check for doing the job. That's how you reward Sami. I'm not going to sit here and go, "Oh, Sami, you've done so well. Let's ruin Gunther." What changes now for me, and I wonder if it changes now for you guys. The perception of Gunther was ready for the big time. Period. He was working his way up the ladder. He was undefeatable for how long? 666 days. And now he lost to Sami Zayn. I am not going to look at him the same way again. That's it. I don't see Gunther, the Gunther that I've been seeing pushed for all this time, and setting a record, losing to Sami Zayn. You ruined it, guys. You ruined it.
So, hey Benny, what do you have? What do you have on that?
I thought the match itself was a good match, but I absolutely hated the outcome. I mean, this is in 1974, it'd be like Manuel Soto Killer Kowalski in his prime. Gunther is, to me, the best heel in the last 25 years. I don't have a problem with him losing the IC championship, but not to Sami Zayn. Maybe at SummerSlam, Braun Breaker maybe it beats him, but Sami Zayn, come on, that was the wrong pick.
Absolutely, I don't think anybody.
Perception is shot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of feedback there from one of the.
Somebody hearing that on playback? I'm hearing something on playback. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what's going on. Somebody turn down your radio at home.
I can't hear Jimmy speaking. What's going on there?
No idea. Benny, you can hear Jimmy, right?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. Yeah. I've got him. He's registering here. So I'm not sure why you can't hear.
I'm gonna bounce off then because it's very difficult for me to participate. I can't hear you guys, so I'll listen to you guys from the outside. Okay.
All right, sounds good, Mike. Yeah, we only have the other couple matches to go, or the one match to go, and then we'll do a wrap up.
Well, to stay on this one for a minute though, why couldn't they have had Sami lose the match and then on Monday Night Raw, Gable turns on Sami. And you got a program between the two of them, and you still have Gunther going strong. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I think it's a waste of somebody they've built up so strong for 2 years to have the greatest intercontinental champion of all time lose in that fashion seems like a little bit of a waste. But they want Sami to be a superstar.
I thought it was terrible with the whole Rocky thing. You owe me after this, like the Apollo Creed thing. I was like, come on.
I'm afraid for the first time right now.
Right, exactly. I agree with you guys. They literally just destroyed Gunther's Intercontinental title run, just like that. It's forgettable now. All this is forgettable. Just he lost to Sami Zayn. I don't know. They should have waited for.
He should have taken a loss, but not that loss
at all.
Nothing historical. We talked about Honky Tonk Reigns. Look, you know what?
Yeah.
Honky Tonk.
I agree.
Okay. Who did he lose to? He lost to the Ultimate Warrior.
And
further cementing how great his run was. It took a red hot, up and coming Ultimate Warrior pre-WrestleMania 6 to beat him. And what did we get tonight? We got Sami Zayn. And that's not a knock on Sami. It's just the facts, Jack. This was the wrong decision. You killed his legacy with this. Awful. Awful.
So next we had what was billed as the biggest tag team match of all time. And I don't know about you guys, but I kind of take offense to that, being that there's world tag team title matches. We've had other major tag team matches that have come through history, and I can't say that this was the biggest tag team match of all times. What do you guys think? Hey, Benny, why don't you take this one?
Again, I knew that I knew Rock was going to pin Cody Rhodes. So it was kind of a no-brainer. They did some good spots leading up to it. I don't know. I honestly, maybe because it was late, and maybe because it wasn't like a great match. I started falling asleep during the match.
I have to say, I think it started off slow too, and then they did get into the good spots. But honestly, when you had the Rock in the beginning, when the Rock and the Rock and Cody were on one side, and Roman and Seth were on, Roman and Seth were on the other, outside the ring, it just seemed off. They weren't communicating right there, and it got better after that. But the beginning was a little wonky. What did you think, Jimmy?
I thought. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I agree with you guys. I think it was started off as a slow burn. They had a big stare off. How long did they stare at each other before they decided who would get in the ring first? So there was all that slow burning drama. Yeah, they went outside into the crowd. I loved when The Rock was like, "You count 3, you're fired." Oh, I jumped out of my chair. I marked out. Threw a tomahawk at me. Yo, you go, Cody. I was like, oh, God. I thought it was great when The Rock started, acting like the final boss that he is. I thought that was cool. The match got better. Benny, I can understand why you were like, starting to count sheep at one point. I'm sure that happened to a lot of people because of the slow burn. But, the match got better. And by the end, I was completely engaged in it. I think the bottom line is the end result. The end result was the correct result. Cody needs to go in tomorrow night with all the odds stacked against him. And we got to see the people's elbow. How unhappy could I be about that? If you smell what I'm cooking.
Jimmy, do you think though? My criticism of the end though was I thought that they were going to get the ever loving shit beat out of them to the point where that also might be a factor for tomorrow, where they're both limping and hurt from the beatdown they got. I don't really. Seth kind of was acting like his knee was acting up a bit, but Cody just took a clean pin and he's ready to go. Although he does have the bloodline rules against him. I just thought that there was going to be carnage and it was going to be a lot more intense.
How about you, Mike? What do you
Looks
have?
like we saw most of the carnage already.
I give this match an A. Old school, started slow, kind of get the feel, between the two teams. Obviously, let people wait to see The Rock get into the ring. Typical Roman Reigns title match. That's why Roman Reigns, to me, is the greatest of all time, because no matter who he wrestles, at some point in the match, you think he's going to lose. I'll disagree with Benny on this. Both Seth Rollins is done. Bad back, bad knee, all set up to lose his title defense tomorrow. It had to be bloodline rules, right? So that ending was perfect. The spear from Roman to The Rock was incredible. I personally really enjoyed that match. I thought it ended up being the match of the night. Cody, and I hate to say this, he looks weak. If they're thinking about giving him the title, it's a mistake. He does. When you put Cody up against The Rock and Roman Reigns, it was like night and day. Cody's a big guy, but he looked like a guy that didn't belong in the ring with those guys. Again, to me, I don't think they should strip Roman of the title, but I think, the way WrestleMania is, you're going to have Drew McIntyre take the belt off of Seth, and I thought Seth might turn on Cody tomorrow night. I was hoping or thinking that Triple H was going to come in and turn on him, but I think Jimmy hit it right on the head. Tomorrow night, the glass is going to break after the bloodline is ripping Cody apart and Stone Cold's clearing the house, and Cody's going to win the title. And to me, if that's the way it's going to happen, I'm good with it. But I thought that match was a grade A match. I really did.
So, well, let's say I have to say I think it was serviceable. I think it was a good match, but again, it was predictable. All these pay-per-views anymore, that's the one thing we have to say about them. They've been relatively predictable when it comes to the big matches. So
what is wrong with predictable though, Bruce? What's wrong with predictable?
Well, if consistently you know what's gonna happen, eventually there's not gonna be any fun in watching.
If you go to a Mike Tyson fight back in the day, you just were predicting what round he was going to knock someone's head off.
How many seconds?
It still didn't change that it was a good fight or you enjoyed it, right?
No, I agree. But if we're building, if there's no swerve, if there's no controversy, there's no worth in it. So we'll see what happens at the end of tomorrow.
You can't have a swerve every turn, right? Tomorrow night, you'll get your swerve, right?
Yeah,
and I think Jimmy, I don't know where Jimmy came up with it, but I think that's what's going to happen. I really do. Jimmy hit it on the head. I'm like, that's got to be the ending tomorrow.
Well, look, I don't know for sure, and I obviously, because what I've got in my mind is very, very out there. All right, but I do think that it would make every generation of fan happy to see that sort of ending. If they do it, I'll be shocked. All right. I mean, again, these are not predictions. Like, I know you guys make predictions. Look, I make observations of what I would like to see have happen. All right. I don't take it and go, okay, like a point spread or something like that, or a Yankees Red Sox game. I don't. It's scripted, so I try to say to myself, what do I think is best for the long term? What's best for each person involved in the matchups? And I take an educated observation as to what I'd like to see happen, not what I think is going to happen, because I don't know what's going to happen. But as far as Stone Cold goes, I think that would be a great ending because everybody's happy. Everybody would be happy with that. This card was decent. And some of it was predictable, but Bruce, I don't think you were saying how predictable it was when Gunther took a 3 count. So you take the good with the bad. The card was okay. I might be a little rough tonight, but normally I would give something like this a B, but I might have to go with the fella in the chat and give it a C plus. I don't think it was enough to be good. And the reason why it's not a B is not so much the card, it's not so much the performances. Here I go. It was the crowd. They were dead. They really did not look. This is Philly. I expected explosion after explosion after explosion of cheers and enthusiasm and energy. And I don't think it was there tonight. It may be there tomorrow night. We'll see. That's all I got on that.
What do you got there, Benny?
I'm going to give it a B minus, like on an 82 on a scale of 1 to 100. It was okay. I can't say it was bad by any means. And I mean, although I didn't agree with it, it wasn't totally predictable because to me, the Sami Zayn win was a bit of a shocker. Not a good shocker, but it was a shocker.
Yeah, I have to say, the one thing that was a big unpredictable was probably the thing I liked the least on the night. What do you say, Mike?
I give the Rhea Becky match an A. I'll give the tag team match a B. I'll give the Gunther Sami Zayn match. I'll give that a B only because Sami Zayn won. The match itself wasn't too bad. The LWO match, I give a C. The Jade Cargill match, I'll give a B minus just because Jade, Naomi, and Bianca look incredible. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm giving that last match an A, close to an A plus. I thought it had everything a tag team match: false finishes. The Rock looked great. Roman looked great. Seth looked great, and it was telling a story for tomorrow night. Overall, for a WrestleMania, one of the better WrestleMania, at least card one. Again, all doesn't matter if the last match tomorrow night, Sunday night, isn't what we're all looking for. Whichever way you're going, then that's it. But overall, I thought tonight was an A. I thought it was an A.
See, I was going to go with overall. I think it was a B. I don't think there was a bad match on the card. I would have liked to see things a little bit different, but overall, it was a good WrestleMania day one. I'm not going to say it was an outstanding or an A, but it was good. So,
what did you guys think of Jason Kelsey and the other guy interfering in the LWO match?
That was just for the Philly fans.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever. Why, you like that, Benny? That was a good spot for you?
No, it was not at all. Not at all.
Like, whatever.
So is anybody's ideas for tomorrow night change, or everybody's pretty much sticking with the same ideas on what's going to happen?
Well, I'm hoping.
I feel more confident that Seth is going to lose after tonight. I feel more confident that he's going to lose. No, I'm standing with my predictions.
What about you there, Mike?
I'm just going to be a fan on this one, and I'm hoping that the company makes the right decision for the company. Again, I don't want to see the company fail, but Cody is not the guy, and that just proved it tonight. Roman and The Rock shined tonight. Seth Rollins, you know what? Before this match, everybody spoke about how Seth Rollins was the odd man out, and it was just the 3. Tonight, Cody Rhodes was the odd man out. Seth Rollins was incredible. Roman was incredible. The Rock was incredible. And if I could say it, Cody Rhodes was a filler tonight. And if they make this move, it's going to be one of the biggest mistakes in pro wrestling history. Because the reality of it is Cody couldn't carry AEW. He's not going to carry the WWE. And they're going to be pulling that belt off him so fast. By that time, what do you do? What do you do? And again, where's Damian Priest? There's something going on there. I see something special.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's only got, a month and a half to cash it in. So, all right. Well,
Running out of time.
Listen, I think everybody on the panel here is starting to doze off. Jimmy, you want to take us on out of here?
Who's taking us out?
What, for Chinese? Or yeah, that'd be good.
Jimmy, why don't you take us out of here?
You've been watching the Monty and the Pharaoh WrestleMania 40 post show, and until tomorrow night, later.